Well, there goes that dream. Well, I best go over there and do whatever that thing over there I was gonna do was.
Hey guys, Brandon here, and I want to talk about my creepy stepson that I try to avoid whenever I pass him in the hallways. Barry Keoghan. In all seriousness, I really like this guy. I think he's one of the better young actors out today. And I want to talk about some of his earlier roles, what made him who he is, some of his bigger roles, obviously, and then some of my personal favorites. Again, if you're new to this channel, please like this video, subscribe, hit the notification bell, everything, all those good things, and thanks for watching. Barry Keoghan has made a name for himself playing, well, let's say, unusual, troubled characters. His character in Saltburn is just the latest in what is mostly a long run of these types. It's interesting considering Barry's rocky upbringing. The area in Ireland where he grew up got hit hard by a heroin epidemic, something his mother unfortunately fell victim to. As a result, from 5 to 12 years old, he and his brother were in and out of foster homes until his mother passed away. Then he went to live with his grandmother. The reason I bring all this up is that it's impossible to ignore when considering his first film roles, which consisted mostly of troubled kids. Sometimes his characters just needed a mentor, like when he played the aimless Sean in the 2013 drama Stay.
About school, I don't see the point in going because, like, most of the stuff they teach you is going to be outdated by the time I leave. And if it's really that important, I can always just Google it. So.
Google it.
Other times, he was surrounded by dysfunction, like in the 2012 thriller Stalker, in which he's either being berated by his drug-addicted mother or his drug-dealing uncle, and the only person who wants to help him is an overbearing homeless man.
Tell me to...
No! Leave me, will you? Will you leave me alone? Leave me alone, will you?
Please, Tommy.
No, please, stop, no!
Tommy!
And sometimes he's just too far gone, like when he straight up killed a guy in King of the Travelers. But Barry's first taste of recognition came in 2013 when he played a supporting character, Wayne, in the 4th season of the show Love-Hate, which focused on organized crime in Dublin. He played a cocky Irish youth with pretty much no moral compass, assisting without hesitation to assassinate someone.
That means we know where he's going to be. Or we can follow him. We can get him at the funeral.
No.
Why?
We'll wait, we'll get him another time. We're not getting him there.
Why not?
Because it's wrong.
His performance drew acclaim, but apparently one of his scenes in which he shoots a cat made a huge impact on television audiences in the UK, to the point where that's how people knew him. The guy that shot the cat. Don't believe me? When Barry was eventually cast in The Killing of a Sacred Deer 3 years later, the Irish Independent's headline was, "The guy that shot the cat in Love-Hate is set to star opposite Colin Farrell and Nicole Kidman." It had been 3 years and this cat scene was still following him around, apparently. Never mind the fact that Barry was putting out more phenomenal work in independent films. He played one of many kids getting caught up in violence fighting for Irish independence during the Troubles in the period drama 71, and in the 2016 drama Mammal, he's taken in by a mother whose own son is missing. Half Vertigo, half Oedipus, things begin to get, weird quickly, and we have what would become one of 2 uncomfortable scenes in a bathtub that Barry would tackle in his career. So up until 2017, there was already this vast resume of characters that had experienced trauma. In this great interview Barry gives for Ireland Unfiltered in 2018, he touches on how playing these kinds of characters was therapeutic, and how his past traumas influence his acting.
If you want to bring an element of realness and pain, and it doesn't always have to be pain, but like real emotion, real feelings, like I'm subconsciously gonna touch on them past experiences and my life experiences of what I've been through and what I've, even day to day, what I go through, like, you know. So you've no choice in that, like, you know. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna avoid this now because, you know, it's just gonna seep through anyways.
Then, of course, came 2017, and with it, 2 landmark films for Barry. There was Christopher Nolan's historical war drama Dunkirk, in which Barry helped pilot a civilian boat that would help transport British soldiers to the mainland.
I told my dad I've done nothing at school, and that I would do something one day. Maybe get in the local paper.
Then came his first American role in The Killing of a Sacred Deer, and Barry's performance is one of a kind. He played Martin, an odd, off-putting kid whose father died while being operated on by Colin Farrell's character, Stephen. He eventually explains, calmly and succinctly, that if Stephen doesn't willingly kill a member of his own family, his whole family will die slowly from a mysterious illness that Martin will somehow will over them.
They will all get sick and die. 1, paralysis of the limbs. 2, refusal of food to the point of starvation. 3, bleeding from the eyes. 4, death. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't worry, you won't get sick. You just gotta stay calm, that's all. There, I said it as quickly as I could. I hope I haven't kept you too long. I have nothing more to say unless you've any questions.
This is one of those movies that is its own thing. You will never see anything like it, and it's absolutely worth watching just based on that. And Barry's acting style here is partly thanks to Yorgos Lanthimos, the director.
Because Yorgos wants a certain way, he wants his dialogue delivered, and can't really animate it or put any colour on it really. You kind of have to strip it all back. But I remember he did say, "Stop acting." I was, all right, I get it. I'll get it now.
In Barry's case, it works, and only adds to the chilling effect of his character.
I don't know if what is happening is fair, but it's the only thing I can think of as close to justice. Time's getting on, and if I'm late for class, I'm done for.
Ever since being this creepy and sweaty, Barry's career has had an incredible trajectory. He helped orchestrate a heist for rare books and American animals. He played a Russian kid enlisted to hunt radioactive animals in the aftermath of the nuclear disaster in Chernobyl. And he played a sneaky, shifty little thief in The Green Knight. I mean, come on, why would you trust this kid?
Tweren't enough. Just tweren't enough.
Also, I keep saying kid, but he was in his 20s at this point. That's another thing that he has going for him, is that he looks a lot younger than he actually is. Afterwards, our creepy little nephew got to appear in the MCU as Druig, one of several celestial beings tasked with protecting the planet, who's become disillusioned with humanity in the Eternals.
I've watched humans destroy each other when I could stop it all in a heartbeat. Do you know what that does to someone after centuries? Could our mission have been a mistake? Are we really helping these people build a better world, huh?
And he's dipped his toes in the DC universe. When he heard that they were casting the Riddler in The Batman, he sent his own audition tape hoping to nab the role. It eventually went to Paul Dano, but Barry did get to play the Joker. And even though his big scene ended up on the cutting room floor, audiences loved it, and apparently he will be returning as the Joker in the sequel.
You think they deserved it, huh? You think they deserved it?
More recently, Barry's turned in 2 performances that are my favorites of his. First, of course, there's his Oscar-nominated performance as Dominic Kearney in the Banshees of Inisherin. He's just this poor, hapless kid, kind of what people might call during this time period the town idiot. His comedic timing is impeccable. So good, in fact, that his heartbreaking scene where he professes his unrequited love took me completely by surprise.
You probably wouldn't ever want to, I don't know, to fall in love with a boy like me, would you?
No, Dominic, I don't think so, love.
Oh, yeah, no. I was thinking no.
As for Saltburn, I mean, he's gotten all kinds of press for the unusual things he did in this film as Oliver, an introspective Oxford student who gets invited to a friend's estate for the summer, and, well, I guess you could say he explores his sexuality, among other things. I don't want to spoil too much. But Barry's actions are more than just clickbait headlines. I know everyone gets all excited when an actor gets naked, except for Harvey Keitel. I mean, at this point, I think, we've seen everything. And look, Barry did it again for Vanity Fair. He's at it again! Somebody fly in a towel for Barry. Thank you. Yes, it does show bravery, but it's more than just taking your clothes off. Barry does phenomenal work in this film, just from an exploratory perspective.
Doesn't this just prove how much of a good friend I actually am? How well I actually know you? I'm still the same person. Yeah, I'm still the same person.
For instance, there's this scene, spoiler alert, Jacob Elordi, dies, and Oliver mourns over his grave, embracing it, and then starts doing a lot more. Barry asked for a closed set just so he could explore what he thought Oliver might have done in this situation. Whether or not the final product is something that connected with audiences, Barry went above and beyond here to kind of feel out and improvise in the moment, and that's just great character work. To this day, Barry has mentioned that he wants to bring a rawness to his performances. In that same interview for Ireland Unfiltered, the interviewer put it pretty nicely when he said that when he watches Barry, he's unsure of what he's going to do next. That's it. I mean, that's being in the moment, not playing up to cliches, literally thinking and breathing as the character. I'm not exaggerating when I say that I truly think that Barry Keoghan is one of these actors who's just gonna continue to surprise us, rise to the top. I mean, his whole life and career has molded him into someone who's not afraid to work hard, take risks, and release his inhibitions. And for an actor, what more can you ask for?